Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back in FortressCraft Evolved. Let's see, I'm just down here kind of on our warehouse floor at -40. Here looking at all my lithium bars. This episode we are going to try to turn these into charged coils. Charged lithium coils. I was just coming down here before the episode to see if we have storage space because we're going to need another storage array to store those coils. And so I moved this guy down a little bit. Let's do a little bit of this and then we will head up. Let's let me get to my torches here and get a little bit of light here going. Not lining these up perfect, but they're close. Boom. 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 And let's get this side lit up. Looks like that excavator is still firing a little bit. I think I can still move it up though. Yeah, I can. I'm gonna move this guy up just while we're here. It takes a second. Do a lot of this between episodes. This is a huge fortress design, so it's taken some time. But I kind of like the way it's taken shape here. Whoops, can't do that horizontal. All right, we'll let that guy go. While we're down here, let's just make sure that I've got the lithium bars going up. That's here. Do we have that marked kind of with a torch or something? I guess I got it marked with a sign. I'm still going to put a torch somewhere around here. In fact, I might put a couple. Just so we get there easily. A little more easy. And I guess what we want to do first is go up to level 20. Or -20, I should say. And build our room. So you remember, I think it was last episode, we had a huge copper deposit that was in our way. Oh man, I'm kind of lost. Am I going the right way? Yeah, there's a stairway. We had a huge copper deposit that was in our way. I chewed away some of that. So I think there is room for us to place another room. And that's where we're going to make those charged lithium coils. And then we'll send them back down here to storage. Also, between episodes, I've been working on clearing a path for us to be able to bring gold up from way down below. It's at level -330 is the level where we're going to bring it up. But it is way down. And so I've had to do a fair amount of digging just with the design we've got. You know, I've got it set up so we've got these shafts. There's six by 3 shafts. And then I have a 6 block gap between them. And each shaft covers one of the floors. So you can see we have to go a long way down to get to the shaft for level 330. Now, you definitely don't have to do this this same kind of design that I'm doing. If I were to do it again, I think I would do it. I would do it different. Maybe I'd have 3 rows of shafts or something. But I'm going to stick with what we've got just for the heck of it. It's just a game, and I'm having fun with it. So I'm going to stick with it. Let's see. I mean, we got to go down to level like 600 later or something. So we'll see how that goes. Here is the smeltery. Right behind this is where we want to manufacture products. I think I marked off the ground, right? With the with cement or with concrete reinforced blocks here. That matches up, and we are lined up over here to that one. Just since we're in a grid, it's fairly easy. Looks like this corner got deleted. May have done that, not realizing what it was from below or something. Is it there? That's it. I think that's it. Yep. That lines up. And this far side lines up. We should be good. Let's fill this in. And just take a few of those blocks out so I can get it from far away and then do a build to me. Boom. And then I think I'm going to take out a couple rows here. Actually, I'll take that out too. Finally discovered using the power drill here. I almost never use it. It does chew up power, but it takes out a lot of blocks at one time. Boom, boom. We should be able to come back here. You build me. I think I can see that from here. To make a room, the entire thing's got to be surrounded by some type of reinforced block. I'm using this reinforced concrete, but I think you can use other ones. And it'll work too. Boom. And then if memory serves me right, it's 9. There's 9 empty spaces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we have our like doorway. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's how this goes. And then we need, there's an airlock that's going to go here. And we need 3 spaces in between. There's 1. There's 2, there's 3. And then the entry airlock. I don't know if I have those on me. Let's see. I don't. We're going to need to go get some of those. Let's do that now, actually. We'll run up and get the airlock, inner and outer airlocks. Just out of curiosity, let me see how this lines up. This door. Oh. That lined up pretty good, actually. Oh, no. We usually go one more out. Anyway, we'll take care of that. Let's go get those airlocks. A bunch of coal here being routed down to storage and then back up to being turned into infused coal and stored. And you can see our tins being smelted here. Off it goes. Boom, boom, boom. This was our old iron lift. This all needs to be ripped out. We'll see if we get to a slow point where we're waiting on things. Maybe I'll rip this out. Otherwise, I'll do it between episodes. We're done processing the ore from that original mine down at level 70, I think it is. And we don't want the lifts coming up here to this level anymore. We want all the lifts coming up to level 30. That's where we're doing all the routing. So that's all got to be taken out. Not a big deal. It's actually not that much there, but another task. There's tons to do. Okay, we want room stuff. Airlocks. Craft. We get 9 per craft, so that's all we need. And we need a room controller, craft. And I can make lights on the fly. What else am I missing? We've got the stuff to make the charged lithium coils. I think I'm pretty good on most items. I got tons of power storage blocks. Lots of pyrothermic generators. Tons of hoppers. And I'm doing pretty good on transmitters. Eventually, we're going to upgrade to 2s and 3s. Maybe we'll skip 2s and go straight to 3s. But we need that those materials from down below, gold. And then we're also going to need, let's see, is this guy going to let me? Yeah, I have no idea why it's not showing me the hardened machine block. But we're going to need gold, we're going to need nickel, and we are going to need titanium before we can really start upgrading. So gold will be next. Right now we're trying to finish lithium. Back to the room. Not crazy about the fog. You can see all this fog in game. There is a mod that I believe I found that turns that off, but then it changes it changes a bunch of other things that I don't want changed. But I do wish I could just turn off that fog. It's used, I think, to obscure the fact that the game is rendering things far away, so you can't really see that it hasn't rendered in stuff. But I'd rather just have stuff pop in than have fog. I'm just not a fan of fog in games. All right, there's lithium. Let's head back here, and we'll put the airlocks down. Inner goes here. Nope, here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then the outer is over here. We'll leave 3 spaces in between. I think that's a requirement. Good. Now we got to close this guy up. Let's do it. I can't really see to do that one, but do this. That. All right, that little part's closed in. We can do this part. And some of this. Run off to a corner. And I'm taking this up to 7 height, I think. What, that's 4 so far, right? I think 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that. That's going to be hard to get at, isn't it? I think, yeah, we have to do that one from below. But I know I cleared out the copper. Oh, no, I didn't. Shoot. I think there's a 9 height. I got to take out one more row of that copper. Oh, man. Hoping not to do that kind of stuff on camera. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Oh, boy. There's a bit here I'm going to have to take out because this is 9 high. We've got 9 blocks. The ceiling. Yeah, I just got to chew this copper back. And I'll just take this and I'll smelt it up near the hub. All this ore that we're collecting here. Fortunately, we're on level 20, so I'm kind of recharging and Arthur's recharging himself. He's keeping me charged. We will probably run out of power, but I can just grab some out of a storage block nearby. Then later we'll mine all this and turn it into copper bars and other products. But right now I've got so many deposits of coal and copper and tin that are kind of in my way. Initially I was trying to save these and not do this power mining because I think this power mining doesn't give you as many resources as using a mining drill, but it's like there's just so many deposits in the way that is no longer an option. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we're good now. Okay, and then like I got 1 extra row. Okay, we'll close the room. I guess I can do that from the inside here. Whoops. Sure. And once I put a room controller in here, I think it's going to get real dark. I wonder if I can do the lights first. Where are we at? On the hot bar, where are those? Right here. Looks like I'm going to need to craft some more. I got 12. I was doing 1, 2, 3, I have 4, and then I was doing something like that. And then trying to find a spot in the middle. May not be perfect. We can maybe move this back. I'm not going to count. Just going to eyeball it. That'll work. And then I've been putting the room controller block kind of, I think this is needed to have a room. And it tells you what's wrong if there's a problem. I've just been putting this out of the way, like right above the door here. Yeah, see how it goes dark? Now the lights kick on. Oh, those lights are kind of not the way I want them. I think I can just rotate them. They'll be fine. They're not perfect, but they're close. Close enough. All right. What's next? We got our grommets and let's do our little divider thing that I've been doing. Divide in the middle. This is just mainly for measuring or whatever. Dividing up the room into 2 halves. I'll take these up eventually, I suppose. Then I got to figure out where our grommets are going to be. We need a grommet to bring in bars this time. That's an empty room, I think. So let's go check the one behind us. Grommets to bring in the infused coal for fuel. And a grommet for, yeah, the lithium bars. So from the divider, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 blank spaces. Grommet, space, and grommet. I should color these buildings, paint them somehow. Being colorblind, it's hard to pick colors, and I don't like what I see. It's not what you guys see. So I don't know if I'm painting things crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully I've got grommets on me. I have not made these in a long time. Let's take a look. I've got 1. Shoot. We'll have to go get more. Grommet, that's our ore coming up. Or no, not ore. We're not doing smelting. We're doing crafting. So we don't really have a pattern for this. This is going to be our bars coming up. Let's just start laying out something here. Think about how we want to do this. We are making coils, and there's a few steps to doing it. I think what I want to do... how do I want to do this? We could do 2 lines. Coal's going to come up here through this hole here. And we need... I think it's like 3 steps. We've got an extruder. Then we've got a coiler. I think those can sit next to each other. Like this. Then I think we have to put into a hopper, actually. And I may go big on the hoppers. Just in case this line backs up, we might as well have a cache of these things. And then it's the charger. Where is that? That's, it looks like a spider here. Boom, spider bot. That's going to want to pull from a hopper. So it won't take from a belt because it needs multiple items. Then logistics hopper here somewhere. Right? And then output. I should have measured where the output is. It's like... Let's go look. Let's go look. Should probably write this down so I don't have to keep checking it. got a little hole in the floor here. I don't know what that's for. Boom. Fill that in. Take a shortcut and just cut through here, right? The room goes dark though. 1, 2, 3. Third row from the back. And it is the 4th spot in. Third row, 4th spot. That's going to be our output. So how do we want to do it? We can easily get 2 columns, and then we could do over here too. We can use the whole room. Just trying to think how we can maximize the space. We could even do as kind of a zigzag thing. I kind of like the idea of having 2 columns. Then a belt here. Don't know if this thing will output. Could try it. I was going to say, just to finish my thought, I don't know if I can rotate this guy and have him dump to a logistics hopper here. Whoops. Then kind of belt this way. Boom, 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 all the way to output, and maybe get 2 in here that way somehow. Let's see. And then this coal, that's going to come up. That is only needed for this guy, I believe. So this guy's going to end up having a hopper. No, a power thermic generator, then a hopper. Boom. I don't know what that is. We don't need that. That's going to have infused coal. Let's try this and just see how it's going to work. If we do like this, am I gonna? I guess it would be a turntable here, maybe, or a splitter. There. There. And is there room for another line? Yeah, there's 2. It's a little jammed in. A little jammed in, but we could. Let's just see. Let's put the bars in here. Should have some on me. Oops. There's some lithium bars going in. Okay, and let's put some fuel into this guy. Might take a second. But I'm curious to see if this charger will dump off to its side a little bit. I think it's going to work. I need to go get grommets after this. And then I probably need to get a few more of these setups with the extruders and the coiler and the charger. I've got one more on me, and I've got one more set up where I'm doing it manual. I picked that up last episode, and I put it back down in between episodes so I can make a bunch of coils. And I've got a ton. I got 1,500 now. But I'd like to have this all automated. Are you going to dump out? Looks like it might. This would be add only, not that it matters. I don't, oh yeah, this one. Here we go. This is got to be remove only. This is slow, but man, I've got so much digging and stuff that I'm doing between episodes that I don't need a huge throughput to accumulate tons of finished products. Okay, that looks good on that side. What about... if I push that down one... I don't think I should have a turntable feeding an extruder. Let's see, just out of curiosity. I don't think I need to, actually. Let's do this. Let's put a belt here and then do our second line like this. Just looking for my extruder. There it is, I think. There. Boiler. Hopper. This is remove only. I think, yeah, that one seems to be working. It's still feeding it, right? Even though it says remove only. Yeah. And then this is our charger. I mean, I could put the charger here to save space, but it's just getting to look uglier by the minute here. Charger. Logistics hopper. And we can make that add only, I suppose. Not that it matters. Then we need the thermic generator. Boom, hopper. Build. Off this way. Is it possible to do two of these? Doesn't look great. If I have a belt next to a hopper, I'm going to have issues with the hopper dumping off onto the belt. Right now, I'm trying to think of how I can route bars to another setup. Think this through. I'd love to get 4, at least in this section. The other thing we could do is just have the inputs come along one side, and then lines just going straight in this direction. Straight lines cutting across. Let's try that design and see what we get. Try it. Let's try it. We can leave the other one there. I'm going to take this all up. Gotta take out some of the wall accidentally. But what if the ore comes up, it immediately goes this way. I'm sorry, not the ore, but the bars. Immediately goes this way, down here. And then feeds into, I don't know, I guess a hopper here. That feeds into a hopper, and then we do our little chain of stuff. This is going to get it in the way, so I'm going to take it out. Was going to leave it just so we had an example of what we were doing, but we need it. Hopefully this will all fit. All right. Extruder. Boiler. Hopper. Move only. And then we want our little charger dude. Where are you? I have a very poorly organized Toolbar, that's not quite it. And then output. Right? And then about belt. I think that's going to work. I think that is going to work. That belt comes out. So does that. This obviously will come off. This is just a... Could even squeeze it back one more if I really wanted to optimize this. Is that worth doing? Like this guy can just come out this way. We're kind of cramped in the doorway though, right? I don't mind it like this. We got the other side too. We can do mirror image. This should get us quite a bit. Right? Let's put another hopper down. And use my center mouse button trick, which I hardly ever use. I always forget about this. But it is smart, and I've had viewers remind me of it. It is appreciated because it is handy. All right. Move only. And add only. I don't think it matters for these, but how's that? Check that out. So we could get what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if we wanted to push it. That's more than enough. 12 in this whole room. But I'm probably going to slow burn this with just 3 or 4 setups going. I need to get grommets, and I need to route our infused coal. Let's get that part going here. We want pyrothermic generators. One there, and I'll rotate it so it's symmetrical. Hopper here. Boom, hopper there. We need to probably just belt across here is what I'm thinking. Then I need to wait up. Up. Belt's just going to go straight up. Up. Light. And across. So why don't we put a little bit of temporary scaffolding there. Belt. Looks good. And belt there. Rotate. Cool. I like it. I like it. We need to go get those grommets, and we need to route material over here, right? Shouldn't be too bad. We've done it a couple times. But we are in a second row down from the smelters. The smelters we were able to just kind of copy and route it fairly easily down on the 3rd floor. Maybe a little more challenging this time, but we'll get it. What else? Let me grab a bunch of grommets and let me grab at least one more setup here. And then we'll head to the 3rd floor. Let's go get some supplies. Boom. Oh, is that belt? That belt is actually empty. I thought coal was going to pop up. A little faster walking on the belts. Yeah, all this is going to be cleaned out. And I need to automate rack rails again, because right now we're not making any of them, and we're going to need a lot, at least with this design that I'm going with. Up, up. This thing could also be moved, this little manufacturing thing that I keep coming up to. I just like it by the hub. All right, we said room stuff, and we want grommets. Let me get rid of this search string that's keeping me from seeing it. Logistics grommets, about 25. What else? We said the manufacturing stuff, right? Extruder. I'm just gonna grab one more. Boiler, one more, and I'm gonna grab one more charger. And that'll get us to 4 complete setups. I don't want to do too many because it's going to amp up our power usage, and that's going to kill our threat level. I think I lost again too since last episode. I guess it doesn't keep track of the count of how many times we've lost. Maybe it's only per session or something, but the hub got destroyed once again and had to reboot. And so what I did while I'm up here, I can show you. I converted all of my Mark 1, or what were those, Mark 1s or Mark 2 batteries? Mark 2's power storages. I upgraded them to organic power storages. So Mark 2s have 1500. The ability to store 1500 power. These guys have 12,500. So it's a huge upgrade. Because when I came up here and was watching my defenses fight off some pretty heavy bosses, the other batteries I was using were running out. I had a bunch of lasers just kind of hanging around, not firing because they didn't have the power. And that's how we lost our base. So that's just been, I haven't added any more turrets really, just more power. Eventually what we might do, we'll see. We're going to upgrade the lasers when once we get that titanium and gold and nickel up here. But what we might do, if I can find my lasers, is move to a model where we shore it up and we have stuff going around the battery. And then maybe to keep the charge up, maybe put a solar panel on top of the battery, along with the pyrothermic generator underneath. But right now, this is getting us by. Like I said, I want to upgrade these lasers to Mark 3s, and then we need to get missile defense going. We've unlocked that, but we don't have the materials to make it. Make the missiles. All right, let's get back to work on our charged lithium coils. I'm down to 30, and we need to find... Actually, I got to orient myself here. Yeah, we need to go way out this way and find our room. So we can kind of see them from down here. That's a smeltery. That's a smeltery. In fact, yeah, that's going to be tin. That's copper. This is our iron, I believe, here. Yep, iron bars from smeltery. And this should be our lithium smeltery. We need to dig. We need to dig. There's the output port for our smeltery. So the output port for our the output port for our lithium coils is going to be back here. Let's see if I can power drill this a little bit. Maybe it won't be so time consuming. Yeah, we need to connect up to the output port and the input ports as well, but start with the output port since what I noticed first. May run out of charge here. And I could make use of those little power charger things. I probably should. Not in the habit of using them. And they don't stack, which is a bit of a drag. Did I take out? What did I just take out? Looks like I did take out part of the room here. So let's pop that back in. And kind of ignore this coal deposit. That's not really in our way. We're going to route above. And we're just working our way to the output port. In fact, I can probably put the grommet on from down here. And the coal one too, actually. Should come up on a hole in the bottom of the floor here. Can't be too far off. There it is right there. Think. I hope I didn't just drill that hole. It's the one thing with the power laser. Let's get to the edge of the room here and then we'll know for sure that we're safe. Yeah, we're good. That's where our grommet goes. Let's grab it. Is looking at the hotbar. Right there at the end. Boink. That's our output for the coils. So we gotta route those. We're gonna have to do a fair amount of digging, it looks like. Let's see if we can find the inputs. Those are probably, what do we say? Oh, this is the outer wall. And what? Space. I'm trying to think of where those would be. You have to drill these out with the laser. Okay, oh, there's one. Is that right? Oh man, I'm confused. How is there one grommet? Am I oriented right way? Not expecting to see that. I thought we had one grommet and one missing, didn't we? Always pop up through the ceiling. That... expecting to see what I see. All right, let's head back out a little bit. I want to get my bearings here. These are the rooms. That is an output. The input should line up with the output. Looks like that one does, right? Oh, I think that's supposed to be drilled out. I thought I accidentally drilled it out, but it's supposed to be that way. That is our grommet for the coal. Is it not? We can pop up through that hole and see. I think it is. I think that's meant to be where the coal's going to come in. Let's hop up there and take a look. Oh boy. This. That's us. Let me up. There we go. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's head down. Yeah, see how the room makes everything dark like this? Strange. All right, we want grommet. Can get to this. Grommet there, and we want to fill in the wall here. And I think there too. There's lights come back on. I think that's the room controller that does that, that makes the lights go out like that. A little annoying. All right, let's see. We need to get coal. What did I do? Do I have any other rooms? All I have are smelteries, huh? Is this the first room? Yeah, there's... There's a neighboring room here, but I think it's empty. Yeah, so this will be our first time routing coal to a room, a secondary room. Boom. Iron. There's our lithium. So can we tap in over here somehow? Somehow in a way that makes sense and just route it straight on down, because we know these are going to line up forever. Like, should this be a turntable right there? Come off to the side and route it straight on down. Just trying to think through the belt spaghetti here, what we're going to get ourselves into. The other option is to make that a turntable. This one right here. Actually, I'm not sure. I got to just make a decision. Let's put the turntable up here just for the heck of it. I like that idea better. Put this on its side if I can get the block. Oh, will I be able to turntable through a grommet? I think so, but I'm not positive. I don't know if we can do a turntable through a grommet. I'm just kind of watching to see if this thing actually gets rid of its infused coal. Not crazy about having turntables next to each other either. Let's take that off. Belt it. Not like that. Belt it. I can get the right... There we go. Belt it like normal. And then let's turntable way over here, actually. Boom. Then belt this. Belt this down. We're going to come straight on through, so I'm going to need to get rid of a bunch of this. Because we're going to run our belt straight on back. And actually, that kind of gets it out of the way of the output, too. This guy's going to come all the way right on through here. We need to take this up a bit. And again, right now we're routing the coal, infused coal, over to the first lithium factory that right now is just making charged lithium coils. We have one side set up right to do the coils, or we're going to have it kind of set up to do the coils. We could always do a different product from lithium bars on the other half of that factory. It doesn't have to be a single room or a single product per factory, I don't think, with the design that I'm going with. That's not something I'm set on. But we'll leave the other half open for now, and then we'll decide later if we want to do amp up or scale up the production of the lithium coils, or if we want to put another product in there. All right, let's bring that belt over. Boom. And then let's do our kind of normal little marking this off with signage and all that. I think I have 2, and then we usually have the coal just jump right in. Like that. And then I guess it would make sense to just have a turntable right here. You move some of this out of the way. Turntable right there. Belt. Belt. And that turntable's there for when we want to go further down. When we want to extend this down to the next room, if there is a next room. It does kind of slow things down, but I think once the once those storage hoppers fill up, the pyrothermic generators aren't going to burn infused coal that fast. That'll catch up. So let's put a sign on this guy. Oh man, this episode's taking a long time. Let's get there. Boom, infused coal. 2. Lithium meltery. Will that even all fit? See what it looks like. Good enough. Then this is going to be our bars. Boom. Guess we can put a sign on this, and then maybe we'll wrap this episode here. And next episode, we'll pick up where we left off and get the lithium bars that are currently down in storage routed over here. I don't know, to manufacturing or something? Manufacturing? See how that looks. Can you even read it? That's fine by me. Yeah, let's wrap this one here. Next episode, we will, let's see. Yeah, we've got coal. We got to route the ingots and then the bars. And then we need to figure out, how we're going to route the output back down to all the way down to the 4th floor to store up those charged lithium coils. And we got to place our 3rd set of equipment. So we'll do all that next episode. Special thanks to everyone who's been sticking with this series. This is a huge fortress that we're building. It is enormous. I'm anxious to get some of these deposits out of the way, but I think this is going to look pretty cool when it's all done. The 3rd floor here is all the belt routing and belt spaghetti. We'll get it maybe a little more organized than it is, but it's going to be a little choppy forever as we route materials from the storage below up to the factories above. But yeah, happy to have you here with me on this journey of FortressCraft Evolved. This game has really hooked me like no other no other time in the past. I've played it before, a couple of really long sessions. But man, it's really hooked me this time. And I want to see if I can pull this off. This huge factory, this huge mega factory. And then hopefully we can take out the overmines and actually do the objectives in the game. But right now we're just scaling up the kind of the basic ore collection and smelting and automating. Man, I'm having a ton of fun. I hope you're enjoying this series. A special thanks to patrons and channel members. Really appreciate your support. Your contributions are the ones that help me have time to play these games and make these videos. Really appreciate it. Also, thanks to everybody who has been giving the videos a thumbs up. That is also deeply appreciated. I will see you all in the next one.